Today is a double hoop tutorial and we are learning how to do this little K-roll illusion thing that I figured out a little bit ago. So it looks like this. And so let's get started. Okay, so a prerequisite to this move is being able to do the normal K-roll that looks like this. And that's really it. So let's just get right on into it. So it obviously involves two hoops, and your left hoop in your left hand will start on the top, your right hoop in your hand will start on the bottom. Your left hand will be doing the first, there's two K-rolls. So your left hand will be doing the first K-roll that will then hand it off to your right hand, and then your right hand comes up, and then we'll send it back to your sternum to do the second K-roll. So let's break it down a little bit more. So, like I said, your left hoop is on the top. Your right hoop is the hoop that you really have to worry about. So you are holding it in the palm of your hand with your pinky and ring finger on top. Your thumb might be useful to have on top as well to keep this hoop extra stable. Go into that a little bit more of what problems could arise if it's not stable. But for now, what you need to know is it's in your palm with your pinky and ring finger and your thumb on top. So your pointer and middle finger in your right hand will be essentially doing the basis of the move. So we're going to start again with your left hand on top. You're coming down to bring the hoop into your sternum, right in the center of your chest, and you are letting go with your left hand and passing it off to your right hand, remember, with your two fingers. So your fingers, your middle finger will be underneath the hoop, just like this. Your pointer finger will be inside the hoop on the top, right like that. So without this other hoop in my hand, it might be easier to see. Your middle finger is catching the hoop and your pointer finger is stabilizing the hoop inside, just like that. So from there, you are going to let the hoop fall forward, just like you would in a normal K-roll. Just like that. However, you have this other hoop to worry about. So, doing the K-roll, catching it with your two fingers, and you're letting it fall forward. And what is going to happen is it's going to come back to your sternum, and it is rolling over your middle finger, because the middle finger, remember, was on the bottom, and it is falling forward. And when it is traveling over your pointer finger, it's closing your fist so that now your middle finger is also holding your right side of your right hoop as well. So I understand that it might be a little confusing when I'm saying it's pushing on your middle finger to close and make a fist. So if you catch it and then you roll it forward, and when you try to bring it to your chest again, your middle finger is in the way and it doesn't let it come anymore. So your middle finger needs to get out of the way. So that is when, after you catch it, bring it forward, you need to close your middle finger and then let the hoop travel on the top of your pointer finger to come back to your chest to do the second K-roll. Now, it gets tricky when you add the second hoop, because if your hoop is not too stable, it will clash into this other hoop as it's doing the K-roll, and then the move won't work. So when I said that you might want your thumb on the top of the illusion hoop as well, this is where it might come in handy, because you really need this hoop in your right hand, the illusion hoop, to stay perfectly vertical, because if it sways either side, it'll knock this hoop out of the way and it won't work. So something that could help with that is just mentally think about where the illusion hoop is going and really focus on where the hoop is touching your two fingers. So if you catch it with your fingers, roll it forward, it should stay in these middle parts of your fingers. So right here and right here. It should stay in that small spot, just that part on both fingers the entire time. So it needs to have a very straight path in order for the trick to work. This hoop has to be completely vertical, and the traveling hoop has to travel in a straight line. Basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is just try to be super aware of where the hoop is on your fingers so that it will travel in a straight line and it doesn't knock into the illusion hoop. So, little recap, left hoop on top, right hoop on bottom. You are handing it off to your two fingers, bringing the hoop up, meeting in the middle with your pointer finger only holding the hoop. Then that momentum will let it come back to your sternum, grabbing it again with your left hand, letting go with your pointer finger, and then letting it fall downward away from your chest. And you have done the K-roll double illusion. And now I will put in some slow-mos. Hopefully it will make a little bit more sense if it's not. Watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. I appreciate your support, and if you have any suggestions, let me know, any questions, and happy hooping!